Welcome back to High Tech Farmer. I didn't plan on starting this video until we got to our faraway farm, but Dad was on the way with our big auger to fill the bin and our 560. And believe it or not, the wheel fell off, rolled into the field. The tractor's sitting here in the ditch. Everyone's fine, everything's okay. We're just gonna be spending some time here, not combining for a while. We're gonna get this auger out of the road and get this tractor out of the ditch.
Don't trust it, Matthias. It might slip off. Don't do that yet. Just let me get it checked out a bit more.
So in order for us to get the tractor and auger out of here, they're still hooked together. So we were trying to get the pin that's holding the clevis of the auger to the tractor. So we're struggling getting that out since we're on such a slope here in the ditch. Done. We got the auger pulled out of the ditch, as you guys just saw. So we're gonna hook that up to a different tractor, our Super MTA, and then we still have to get our 560 out of the ditch. So we'll get this hooked up, that way one thing's out of the way for the road. By looking at the markings on the road, you can pretty much see what happened. The hub, which I'm holding here in my hand, the bolt sheared on that holds the wheel to the tire frame, and as the tire came off, it smoked this sign. And then obviously, since there was only one rear axle going, it brought the tractor and pulled it into the ditch here. We're just trying to get it off the main right away of the ditch here, preferably into that field. So we're just slowly lifting it with our current bucket tractor, and then slowly it'll just roll itself hopefully into the ditch with gravity. So here's basically what happened. This bracket right here that holds the wheel and the rim to the axle, it broke off on the other side. As you can see up here on the road, it snapped off clear up here where the auger is sitting now. And obviously then the tractor starts to get drug the one way because there was only one wheel left, and that resulted in the tractor going into the ditch, and the wheel obviously ran over this sign, bent it a little bit, went out into the field. So thankfully everybody's fine, everything's good. We're just trying to get the tractor into the field, that way it's out of the right of way for people going on the road. Unfortunately, this tractor is now going to be out of commission for us this harvest. Thankfully, we have another one that will take its place, so we can still run the auger at our other farm. But I'll show you some of the things that we're gonna have to change and fix on this tractor before we can get it up and running. Obviously, the first thing we have to do is get a new bracket for that wheel. That way we can connect that back to the axle. And then since it slammed so hard into the tar road, we actually broke this heavy piece of steel here that runs the hydraulic cylinder for the 3-point. The other thing I'm noticing is we bent some pieces down here on the front axle. So since this tractor is over 50 years old, it's gonna be tough to find spare and replacement parts. but that'll be a winter project. Our 6150 here is going to be holding up the axle of the 560, the red tractor, and then the neighbor over here, he has his John Deere tractor and he's going to be pulling the tractor. That way we can hopefully get it out of this slump of the ditch. Got the tractor out of the ditch. We'll start calling around, see if we can find that bracket for the axle. That way we can slap the tire back on, then bring this thing, park it in the back of the shop until we get time to fix it. It took us just a little over 2 hours to get that tractor and auger off the road. Once again, can't stress enough, no one got hurt. It was a fluke deal with the axle on the tractor braking. But for all you guys that are other farmers, be safe out there. It's harvest time. Everybody's got a lot going on. Just be safe. For those of you not actively involved in farming, this just shows you kind of what we go through from the day to day. Now we're gonna go get everything, bring it over to that other farm, because the reality is we have to keep going. We finally made it. We got everything brought over, combine, grain cart, wagon sitting over on the other side to our far away farm. Since this farm has the bin on site, that's why we had to bring that auger over. So we're gonna see if we can get that set up to start filling the bin here tonight. Now that we got the auger hooked up, we got to center the spout of the auger into the center of the roof of the bin. That way it'll fill the bin evenly when we're unloading the wagons into the hopper. I'm always mesmerized by watching grain flow, especially in wagons. As you can see down there, that's where the gate is. There, all the corn is leaving the wagon, and it's all gravity fed straight down to there. It's pretty cool to watch. Even better with the beautiful sunset shining down on this golden corn. Where do you want the wagon back now? See what he says here.
Do you want to put it up by mother over there? There's a driveway got mowed off. That'd probably be the best. We'll probably have you down there over.
10-4 heading that way now. Get two-way radios in all the tractors. That way, rather than having to call or text over the phone. It's just a lot simpler because then we can be on the phone if we're trying to make calls to somebody else at the same time to get a hold of people working in our operation. I'm now unloading our last load of corn for the night. It's 10 o'clock at night. Unfortunately, after the slow start we had to the day, we still were only able to get 30 acres done, which means there's 90 acres left at this field. We should be able to knock that out tomorrow. Most importantly today, we're just thankful that nothing more tragic happened at our farm accident to Dad or to anyone else that was driving along that road when the auger was still out in the right-of-way. It just goes to show that when operating this big heavy machinery, whether you're the one in the tractor seat all day or someone in a vehicle trying to pass, be careful. And that's gonna all but do it for today's video of High Tech Farmer. Thanks so much everyone for watching. Be safe, and we'll see ya in the next one.